Hi, I'm Hannah, your friendly neighborhood wine mom / world's okayest mom / whatever you want to call me. I'm here. Quick hair update. I put some blue over it. It's rinsing out pink, kind of doing this like hybrid muted unicorn in the winter color. And I like it. I'm actually very happy with it right now. So at the end of every episode, we give you guys a number to text with questions, ideas for future topics, stuff that you want me to talk about. And it's become very clear that you guys love to talk about sex. So tonight's topic, things I wish I knew about sex, or things I wish I'd known about sex. Whatever is grammatically correct. I haven't been in school in a long time. I don't remember. So first, sex means something different to everyone. When you're choosing a partner to have sex with, it's so important that you both are on the same page. I've learned from a lot of trial and error. You can't like go into a sexual experience feeling a certain way and expecting the other person to feel exactly the same. You have to be very clear with the other person and have a very clear understanding of what you're both looking for before you go into something like that. For example, I am a very emotionally charged person. For me, sex is an emotional act and it's something that like I need to have feeling behind. For a lot of people, it's kind of just like for fun. Both ways of looking at it are totally fair and valid, but if I were to have sex with someone who's just doing it for fun, I would end up severely hurt. I for sure was very naive about, oh, if a guy wants to sleep with me, then he likes me and wants to date me. And that's not always the case. And had I known that, I would have saved myself a lot of hurt. I think if everybody goes into sex saying like, this is what I'm doing it for, and they're very explicit about that, it's a way more enjoyable experience. I think the conversation of what you're looking for needs to happen well before your clothes are off. Once the clothes come off, then it's just like, it's like you've gotten to the top of the roller coaster and you're like teetering on the edge and you're like, I just gotta do it. The thing is, it doesn't need to be an awkward conversation. It can just be like a, hey, by the way, like this is what I'm looking for. And the more convicted you are in like what you want, the better it's gonna be. And I think that conversation happens less and less as you grow and learn. You'll be able to pick up on what the other person is looking for very easily. So to quote the Backstreet Boys, quit playing games with my heart. With my heart. My heart. I have fully evolved into like that embarrassing dorky mom who's just like, hey kids, how's the selfies coming? Like, I just can't. I'm sorry. Next, sex is a two-way street. I went into my sex life not realizing that I deserved an orgasm. I almost thought that there was something wrong with me because I could not achieve that through just like straight up, penetration. I went so long not realizing that that's normal and like that's okay. I wish that my partners had known that and had recognized that like, oh, I might have to do a little bit extra to make sure that Hannah gets something out of this. And then I finally met someone who was like, no, like that's really messed up if it's just good for me and not you. And they like really cared and put in the time and put in like the effort to make sure that we both got something out of it. So don't always assume that your partner is just gonna know what you need and like be that giving person. It's okay to ask for what you want. It is very fair as a woman to expect to get just as much enjoyment and pleasure out of sex as a man. Women's orgasms are just as important as men's. So next, your number does not define you. The number of people you've slept with doesn't define sexual adequacy, and you should not feel badly about yourself for that number. So if your number is exceptionally low, that's fine. You could have 5 times as much experience because you've maybe been in a long-term relationship and just had one sexual partner and like really evolved over time. And if you have a high number of sexual partners, that doesn't mean that you're promiscuous. Sex is like an unlabeled box of chocolates. You're like digging through it like, I just want the caramel one. Oh fuck, that's coconut. Shit, all right, that's raspberry cream. I hate that. And then you finally get the caramel. And for some people, it happens on the first try. But for some of us, it takes a few bites to find the one that we're looking for. I'm trying metaphors. I'm trying, okay? Like, I can't always find the best metaphor. And last, sex is a learning process. When I first started having sex, I felt like I needed to know all the answers and needed to know everything about myself and everything I wanted. That's never gonna happen. No matter how old you are, no matter how much sex you've had, it's always gonna be a learning process. Maybe when you're like 21, you're doing something and you like it, but at 31, it's a totally different ball game. Like, your sex life is something that grows with you. So for people who are just starting out and like trying to figure things out, you don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to know the end all be all of like what you want or what's good and what you want to do, because it's gonna change. And that's the beauty of life. And for example, in 10 years, you're gonna look back and realize that you didn't know anything about sex. So in 10 years, future 10-year Hannah, shut up. Stop preaching about sex because you don't know shit. I hope future Hannah's doing okay. I hope you like still drink wine and enjoy yourself. Future Hannah has silver hair and takes no shit from anybody. I gotta stop drinking. This is getting weird. So that's all I got for today. I'm Hannah, your friendly neighborhood wine mom / world's okayest mom / whatever the heck I am, Miss Hannah on the couch. If there's a topic you want me to talk about in a future episode or any other question you had regarding this topic, leave it in the comments, or as always, you can text me. I don't always respond to all of them, but I read every single one because I love seeing what you guys want me to talk about. And at the end of the day, sex is great, but if all else fails, there's always ice cream, which is what I'm about to go get right about now. Till next time. No burp in this episode. I don't have a one.
It's impossible.
Not one.